Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the veteran Joe Flacco and his new team, the Denver Broncos, as they match up with the great Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Number 12 in green and gold coming out to lead the Packers. Of course, that's Aaron Rodgers. Last year for Rodgers, despite the young receiving core, despite the nagging injuries, despite the removal of his head coach, better than 4,400 passing yards, the second highest total in his 14 NFL seasons.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught by Jones. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. It's complete to Williams. It's up a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Now Rodgers. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork, knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. Defensively, we check the starters now for Denver. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Rodgers to throw once more. Jones has it. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran signal caller. It's 12th season now out of Delaware for Joe Flacco.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He's going to look deep down the field. He's clean. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 45 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The third-year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 20-yard line.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hates her on 3rd down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. They're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Passing play, Flacco. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Off the draw, here's Williams. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. 18 good enough for a 1st down. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end Graham. Packer 1st down. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Rodgers going to throw. And that's complete to Adams. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Check right, check right.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the 30 on second down. Flacco got a man open. It's Sutton. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up and returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The connection made, it's Graham. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
At the 8, 15 yards on the play, first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Second down and goal. Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Crosby is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for Fitz struggled a bit putting it in the end zone. They've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. He's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Now a throw here to his running back. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Gotta like what we're seeing from him so far in this game. This is the third game of the season, and he's already accumulated an AFC Offensive Player of the Week award in this young year.
Yeah, week 2 was his. The announcement came Wednesday that he got that award. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Holmes has got it complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. First and 10 here for Flacco. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsay. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Once more, it's Flacco. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. On 1st down, Flacco. And that's complete to Sanders. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by McManus is good, and that will have. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We welcome back all of our viewers to historic Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Our halftime festivities behind us as we're just about set for the opening kick of the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Green 18. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work, while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on first and 10. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos first and 10 at their own 23. Now it's Flacco. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown, baby.
Philip Lindsay with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and inches, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adam, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
319.
Check back 47. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Rodgers now on first down. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, Williams. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. It's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one bowling in it. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long for Joe Flacco. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It's Williams on the catch. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people are wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The sack by Todd Davis.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Now Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now Rodgers. Got his man. It's Williams.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson. Flacco, a veteran in these situations, hurrying his guys up. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Setting to throw, Flacco. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Rodgers to throw. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Let's go.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.